Hi, welcome to the Pigskin Postgame Wrap for Week 3. I'm Joe Cortez, joined by Jim SIlva and James Burns. Hey, let's give the folks some quick hitters about some games tonight, starting with your game, Sonora versus Ripon, number 1 and 2 in our Smart School polls.
Yeah, I was excited about going to this game tonight and highly disappointed with what I saw. It was
Really?
It was all Sonora. I mean, Sonora dominated the first half and looked like a much the better team to me.
Ripon's really struggling to put together 4 quarters here.
Yeah, Ripon only put together 1 quarter. They played pretty well in the 3rd quarter, but first half, I mean, they scored their only touchdown in the first half on a punt return, 77-yard punt return. Otherwise, they were totally dominated by Sonora.
You've got to really worry about where that team is mentally. And they have Sutter coming in next week. They're looking at being 1 and 3, 1 and 4 going into league play.
I asked the coach and some of the players, Chris Johnson, some of the players, and they got to get this figured out. And he seemed like worried that he's going to do that.
Hey, moving to a Trans Valley League team that does have it figured out, Escalon tonight beat Liberty Ranch 35-14. That's Escalon's 2nd game this week. Yeah, in
4 days.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
In this week. Monday they beat Bret Hart, and they ran for 443 yards tonight, 279 by Hunter Colton. Next week they get Bear River. It'll be Escalon's 3rd game in a 12-day span. Bear River, the reigning D5 champ, hasn't played since last Monday, so they'll be nice and rested. A big challenge for Mark Lorero and his Cougars, but
and Bear River's 3-0 coming into that game. They're undefeated, so
yeah,
they're just as good as they were last year.
Absolutely. Speaking of another big night on the ground,
Central Valley's Moses Giorso goes off tonight. Giorso goes off tonight against Enochs over at Grigori.
Yeah,
he totals 413 yards in all 5 of his team's touchdowns. Leads the team to a 42-21 victory. I spoke with him just before he hit the ice bath. He said he had never even had a game like that in the video game. Never playing Madden, nothing like that. 413 yards,
Not
5 touchdowns.
Those are men.
Not many of us had. Yeah, they beat Enochs tonight. It's the 4th team this year to hang 40 on Enochs. Enochs drops to 4-0.
Tough night for the MMC. But
Yeah, and I was going to say, Enochs wasn't the only team in the MMC to have a rough night.
The MMC goes 0-7 tonight. 0-7. And the 2 teams that we thought might carry the day for them, Downey and Grigori, they both lose. Heartbreakers.
You were at the Grigori game.
I was at the Grigori game. I watched them against East Union. It was an emotional night for East Union. They were sort of remembering Matthew Van Gelderen, the Lancer player who died 10 years ago from injury sustained on the football field. So the Lancers were pumped up for this game, and they had this game circled on their calendar for a while. They sort of viewed this as their signature win.
Yeah.
And they came out. They trailed 21-13 at the half, but their junior quarterback showed his moxie, led them on a game-winning drive with 5 minutes left. Jack Weaver converts a big 4th down conversion over the middle, takes them down to the 8, and then kicks the game-winning field goal with no time left on the clock. The place went nuts.
nice.
Awesome.
So, yeah, shout out to Willie Herrera and the East Union Lancers for that big win.
I, of course, was at Joe Debley Field tonight for Modesto High versus Turlock, the 117th meeting between these ancient rivals. Wasn't much of a game. It was close in the 1st quarter. The Panthers actually led, but too much size, too much physicality. Turlock just rolled in the 2nd half. And I want to give a shout out to my scorekeepers, the Crivelli kids. I had the Crivelli kids keeping score for me tonight, keeping stats for me. I was able to get some good video. You need to check it out.
I gotta get some stat keepers.
Yeah, you got to
Hot dog in one hand, soda in the other is what he really means.
So that's it for the Pigskin Postgame Wrap in Week 3. Be sure to join us here next week and check us out on modbee.com.